Hi, today I'm going to show you how you can create a cover for a children's storybook on Canva that you can sell later on KDP Amazon. In order to create that cover, we cannot use the template that are already created by Canva. We're going to have to create a custom size, and to do that you can go ahead and click on create a design and click custom size. Now, to know the width and height size of your book, you're going to have to go to KDP, so you can go ahead and go to their website, or you can also just Google out KDP paperback cover size. And once you've got the web page, you can go ahead and scroll down on this page, and then you're going to find the formula on how to create or how to measure your children's book cover. As you can see, here are the formula for your cover. For the cover width, it will be bleed plus back cover width plus spine width plus front cover width plus bleed, while the cover height formula will be bleed plus trim height plus bleed. As for the spine measurement, we're going to use the one for color books because our children's storybooks are going to be colored. So the formula for that is going to be page count times this number over here. So to calculate that, we can just go ahead and highlight this number and then copy it into Google search. And once I'm inserting it to my Google search bar, I'm going to add this sign, and then I'm going to insert the amount of page that my book have. So the minimum pages that you have to create on KDP is 24 pages for children's book. But for this tutorial, I'm going to say that my children's books are going to have 30 pages. So I'm going to go ahead and click on 30 and then click enter to find the equation result. So here is the number of my spine measurement, and before I can input it into Canva, I'm going to have to calculate it again. I'm going to add the width of my storybook pages as well as the height of my storybook pages. So I have created my children's book pages also in Canva, so I'm going to go ahead and open up that document, and I'm going to see the height and the width of my pages. As you can see, when you click on file, under the title, you're going to see the measurement of or the size of your design. So I'm going to go back to that Google calculator, and I'm going to add up the width of my front page as well as the width of my back cover page. Once I've got the result, I'm going to go back to Canva and start creating my custom size design. So I'm going to go to Canva's home, click create a design, and then click the custom size. And here I'm just going to paste the equation result number, which is 16 by 82. And don't forget to change the pixels into inches first, and then you can insert your number after. As for the height, it's going to be the same, just like my storybook page. So I'm going to go ahead and insert 8.4 for the height. So here is the blank canvas that we're going to work on for today. And before we can add up our art, our wording, etc., we're going to have to create the guideline. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit so that I can see the ruler better, and then I'm going to drag from the ruler, and I'm going to put the guideline on 0.125 for the bleeding line and 0.250 for the safe zone line. You don't really have to be super precise when you're creating the guideline, because I don't think Canva allows you to type in the exact measurement of the guideline, so you can just go ahead and eyeball it and see if it looks similar on all four sides. Once we're done creating the guideline for our edges, now we're going to start creating the guideline for our spine. So first we're going to create a guideline with the measurement of the edge of our back cover page, which is on the number 8375. And then we're going to create a second guideline, and the formula is the equation result of the spine measurement that we had earlier. As you can see, I still have it on my search bar, so I'm going to go ahead and click enter, and then I'm going to add the width of my page, which is 8375, and here is the number for the second guideline. Alright, now that we've got all of the guideline that we need, we have the edges guideline, we also have the spine guideline, we can finally create our cover page for the children's storybook. So obviously in this spot, you can use whatever pictures you have. You can use your art that you have created for your storybook. I use a pictures from Pinterest just for reference or just for an example. I've already uploaded to Canva, but you haven't uploaded your pictures. You can just go ahead and click on the upload menu and then click upload files, and then you can choose which pictures you will put inside of Canva. And here I'm just resizing my pictures. And remember, when you're in this step, you have to pay attention on the guideline that we have created. Make sure that the art cover all of the bleeding line, and if you have any text you want to put, they're all inside or they're not below the safe zone guideline. To adjust your pictures, you can go ahead and double click on it, and then you can just drag it and position it however you want it to be. I originally wanted my title to be above the head of these two kittens, but I changed my mind, so I decided to put my title on the bottom side of my cover page instead. So the front cover of your storybook is going to be the one on the right side. Meanwhile, the left side of your design is going to be the back cover page of your storybook. So the background of my front page cover is quite busy. There's a lot of things going on there. As you can see, if I put the wording or the title directly on top of the background, it doesn't look good, so I'm going to divide it later with another element. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and type out my title, and then I'm going to change the color of my font, because as you can see, if I use black, it will not be visible, it's not readable, it doesn't look good. So I'm going to change it to white, and then I'm going to add some elements later to separate my text from my background. And as you can see, I ended up using two different fonts just so that the title will look cuter. I decided to use like one cursive font, and then here is the element that I'm going to use to separate my text from the background. And here I am going to drag the element behind my title. As you can see, it already makes everything looks better, but I don't really like it when the block is on its full color. So I'm going to go ahead and reduce the transparency of that block, as well as changing the color of that block, because I feel like the shade of green doesn't mix well with the background. And to change the color, I'm going to use these eyedropper tools over here, and then I'm going to try to find the perfect color for my title background. And then I'm going to add some corner frame into my text background. And to do that, I'm going to go ahead and go to the element sections. And since I've been using Canva lately, it already saved the things I recently just used. I'm going to use this corner frame over here. So I'm going to go ahead and click it, and then I'm going to adjust its color so that it will fit better into my cover page. After I found the right color, I'm going to duplicate this tiny frame, and then I'm going to make it fit better into each corner of my text box so that I don't have to repeat the step from scratch. After that, I just made some adjustment for my text box as well as my title so that it looks better, and then I'm done with my front cover page. Now for the back cover page, I'm not going to use any pictures, but I'm going to change the background colors instead, and I am just going to find the right shade that match with the front cover page, and this is the color that I ended up choosing. After that, I just insert some elements to decorate my back cover page, and then I'm going to insert some wording that consists of the summary of my story. So for my back cover, I ended up adding some frame. For the author pictures, I'm going to use a random pictures instead for this tutorial, and then I ended up adding some flower element that I think are going to match with my front book cover, and then I'm just adjusting the wording as well as adding the name of the author and then aligned every text so that it looks nice. And that is how you can create your storybook cover on Canva that you can sell later on KDP Amazon. Don't forget to save it as PDF print when you download your design. I hope this tutorial has been helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.